Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to discuss about the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. And the book looks like this is how the book looks like. And so let's get into the video and discuss about the book. You must have already heard a lot about this book because this book has been talked a hell lot now, and everyone is reading this book. You will see this book everywhere on Bookstagram, Booktube, and just everyone is reading this book all of a sudden. And what is there in this book that everyone is talking about it so much? What is this hype all about? So first thing first, I would like to tell you that this book is worth the hype. So I read any self-help books before, and this is the first time I have read a self-help book. And with the title of this book, I just thought that this has been written by a really douchey writer, and the content must be not up to the mark. There are a few movies that you watch and you are just instantly, you get this upliftment and you just become really happy that okay, fine, these are the things and these are the pointers that I need to use in my life, that I need to put it into my life, and then everything will be fine. And I'll be like, okay, I don't care about anything, and nothing is important to me. These things are insignificant, and life is all about not caring about things. So I just thought that this book is all about that. It is going to tell you that, you know what, you don't need to care about things. You should not care about people, or you should just live your life like that. That was my prejudice, that this book must be like that because of its title. But just when you dive into the book, from the very first page, all that prejudice is gone, because this book is absolutely the opposite. It doesn't tell you to not care about things, that it doesn't tell you to not give a fuck about things. It tells you to actually care about the things that are important. Now this is something we all know, that we should always care about the things that is important to us, and not care about the things that are insignificant or unnecessary, that is unnecessary overthinking. But is it that easy? I know that is not easy, not at all. I am a person who overthinks a lot. I think everything, I analyze everything a lot, and this is a problem that I really think a lot of people from our generations is going through, because it just is there in us, overthinking about everything. So this book, from the very beginning, you will get to know that okay, this doesn't tell you to not give a fuck. This doesn't tell you to be indifferent. You might think that this book wants you to become indifferent, like, you know what, you get to be indifferent. You just do not care about things. Life is this and life is that. And so that is all that I thought before I read this. But now after I read this, I'm like, okay, I really needed to read this book. So when you're finished with this book, you will be like, yes, a lot of people, if so many people read this book, there must be something important. And you know what, there is more than you will ever know. And this book is just not about stupid things, or just things that are not even tested. This is actually a well researched book. A lot of different perspectives are into this. There is logical ideas that is backing his theories, his own experiences, because the writer Mark Manson has been through quite a lot in his own life, where he has faced different kind of problems and issues. And see, whenever it comes to self-help books, we are not born perfect, right? And even he says that the things that is right for you today, it might not be right for you tomorrow. So it says that today you are at a place where you are wrong about a lot of things, and tomorrow, and what growth is all about is that tomorrow you will move to a place where you are a little less wrong. Okay, and then you will grow again to like after a few years, and you will be a less wrong than how wrong you were previously. So you just cannot always be right. So this fixation on this thing that I need to be right all the time is very stupid, because there was a time when astronomers thought that earth is flat, and we also thought that yeah, earth is flat. But then we realized that no, earth is not flat. Earth is in fact quite round. And these are the things that actually tells us that We thought that we were right, but we were not, we were wrong. And today maybe we have a lot of conceptions about things that we think we are right about, but we might be wrong. Okay, so maybe we will grow and we will think that we will be at a place where we will be less wrong than how we were. So this is something that also is said, told in this book by him. So this is that. And a very important thing that this book tells you is that we, right from our childhood, right from we have actually started understanding things. We have been told by everybody that we need to be positive about everything, that positivity is the key to success, that positivity is something that we need all the time in our life, and we should be really positive about everything. Positivity is this, that, blah blah blah. But this book tells you that positivity is sometimes something that we think that is good for us, but it's not actually good for us. Being positive all the time in itself is not a positive approach towards life, because we need to accept that life is not a cakewalk. Like, life is not a bed of roses, and there are moments, there are going to be incidents, there are going to be things that will completely mess you up, that will be completely negative. And the thing is that the things that we think are actually negative might not just be negative. Negative and positive is subjective, right? So but yeah, so if you think that, you know what, I already always need to be really happy and I always need to be really positive, so you kind of ignore your sadness, you kind of ignore the problems that you're going through, and you become a person who is kind of delusional. Okay, because that happens a lot of times. You become delusional, you are having a problem, but you're not accepting it. You're not accepting that you are having a problem, you're not accepting that, okay, I am feeling bad about this thing. As a human being, you're not processed in that way where you will have to be happy all the time, because life is all about survival. Life is all about different kind of experiences and happenings and incidents, and all of them cannot be happy, all of them cannot be positive. So the best thing you can do with your life is to accept all those things, is to accept the misery in life, is to accept that you can be vulnerable, is to accept that you are flawed. So when you accept something, when you accept a part of life, you you instantly become like, okay, fine, I have accepted this is something that is going on in my life, and I need to take care of it. So the first step towards solving any problem is to accept it and then start working on it, rather than avoiding it and saying that, okay, I am positive. So positivity is kind of delusional at times. So that is being said in this book, and that makes a lot of sense. Because yeah, that's not positivity, that's kind of negativity, where you are avoiding your problems. Avoiding is never the key to anything. So that is a very important thing that has been written in this book. There is this one chapter that has been dedicated to this point in the book, and I have related to this book a lot. And when I was reading this, I was like, you know what, this book is so damn right. This book is telling me the things that maybe I already know, but I really needed someone to tell me this. There is a chapter about the disappointment panda, and basically that is, it just tells you about the real truths in life that you already know, but you really need someone to tell you. So when it tells that tells those truths to you, you kind of are disappointed, but that disappointment is important for you. So that being said, so there was this chapter that was talking about how right since our childhood, or just from every time, from everything we see, from movies, from books, from series, we always want to be, I don't know what we want to be, but we do not want to be average. We don't want to be anything below extraordinary. We want to be extraordinary, and I have always wanted to be that. I have always thought that, you know what, mediocre is not something I want to be. I cannot be mediocre. I have to be extraordinary at what I do. And of course I have failed, because I'm not extraordinary at anything, be it whatever. It's weird, and it has been a disappointment for me, because I just always wanted to be something more than mediocre, and I kind of realized that it's a lost battle. Okay, I am mediocre and I am average, and so is everyone. because you can excel in one part in something, but there will always be something that you cannot do that better or that good. So the first thing that is very important for you to realize is that you are not extraordinary. You are, and there is no shame in being average. So there are a lot of people who are in a relationship, are having problems in their relationship. Maybe this book also has a chapter dedicated to boundaries in a relationship, or just boundaries in a relationship, as in not only romantic relationships but also relationships with your parents, with your friends and everything, where it tells you about boundaries. Now uh, it uh, it will give you a really nice approach to life, where how you can handle your relationship better, how you can make yourself a better person. And so if you are in a relationship, if you are someone who needs some insight into how to bring some betterment in your relation, then this book is going to help you a lot, because this talks a lot about that. And I think there is nothing that has been escaped by it. It also talks about motivation, how you can become your own motivation, how you can inspire your own self. And the book is written in such a lucid manner, in such a beautiful way, where Mark himself brings his own life into the book. He uses his own real life experiences, all the things that has affected his life. He has used all those references. He talks about his own relationships. He talks about his own mistakes and the things that he learned from them. So when a person gives you references from his own life and tells you that how he has learned and how he has come to this place where he is a bit less wrong in his conceptions but not right, he tells you that, you know what, maybe after a few years I will find a few mistakes in the book that I have written, that maybe my perceptions were wrong about a few things. And that is what growth is all about. You grow and eventually you realize that you were wrong at a lot of things. So there are a lot of things that he has written about him, about relationships, people, friendship, motivation, career, and everything, how he himself has struggled. And failure is a very important thing that that he has discussed in this book. And um, he has inserted references from his own failures. Also, you will find a lot of different extracts from other books or from other authors. And this book has given me a new insight about a lot of things. Okay, and with this book now I feel good about a lot of things. Now I feel like, you know what, this book is right about so many things, and it is helping me to become more happier, I must say, or a less wrong about a few things in his words. So if you want to be a person who is a little bit less wrong about a few things, that then you should definitely read this book. I think this book is amazing. This book is um amazing. I loved every word of this book. There was not even one page where I thought ki, oh my god, what the hell is going on, or what is he saying. Everything that has been written in this book makes sense, and that is one thing that is very important. Okay, and if you are a beginner, even if you are a beginner, this book is going to help you a lot, because this is written in a very simple language, not very big. How many pages? Let me tell you. It is 210 pages long, so that is not very much. Okay, this is quite thin, so you can read it. And I know there is profanity in this book, not very harsh profanity, but there is profane language, but that is not a problem. I think that is not a problem, to be honest. It's all right. And so yeah, that was my review, summary, or discussion about the subtle art of not giving a fuck. And I totally recommend you to read this book. I loved this book, absolutely love this book. And if I have to give this book stars, I will give this book 5 out of 5 stars. Worth the hype. That's the best I can say about this book. That this If you like my review, and if you want to see me review or talk about different books and different topics further, then do subscribe to my channel, click on the like button and also on the bell icon, so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And until then, goodbye.